Okay, time for part 2. The camera cut off again, and gosh, I'm so tired of that. I delete like everything on my tablet, and it still seems like it just shuts off whenever it wants to, and tells me that my stuff's full, but everything's deleted. But anyway, I was talking about the icicles. Yeah, I was saying that I bought and sold on eBay the vintage icicles quite a few times. The ones like new in the package. I'm not sure when this set was from, and I think when the camera shut off I was talking about it was originally 59 cents, and I paid $2, and that's actually kind of high, but I did it because I just loved the back. I've never seen one with a back like this. It actually has like, let's see if it says when it's 1970. Okay. But I love the back because it has like these cute little 6 cute ornaments that you can, like, I guess cut out and make. And that is so cute to me. I won't cut them up and make them, but I will just like stick that somewhere for Christmas decorating. So that's why I paid $2 for that. Normally I pay like $1 less for vintage icicles. You find them for, you know, about that price at estate sales. But this was in kind of a fancy, I wouldn't really call it a flea market. I'd call it like the more upscale kind of shop, you know, that has the different booths. And they had some good deals, but a lot of stuff was kind of already like eBay prices or whatever. And when I was talking about in the last video, it cut off. I don't know why I just go blank sometimes, but we went to Dodge City, Kansas. I don't know why I couldn't think of Dodge City. There wasn't really much there, but a lot of cows and one really good restaurant, the casino that we went to for the concert, and this really awesome flea market or store that I got these icicles at that I was just telling you about. It was like 2 stories, and it was awesome. I was going to video some and kind of take y'all with me, but uncooperative camera. So that was kind of good it kind of made that second day waiting on the concert was at like 7 that night. It made that morning kind of fun too. I actually went twice to this place. It was so big. Went the day before, didn't see it all, went the next day. And they had some great stuff, absolutely great stuff, but it was just, most of it was, you know, already priced too high. So I got that there, and I think, let me see. Yeah, I showed you the flower container, and I showed you the lights and the icicles. What I also got there was this cute little, I think it's like a 1971 Archie Comics juice glass. It says Reggie makes the scene, and it's got Reggie and Archie and Betty and Veronica, and it's got like Betty on the bottom. I think I already washed it. I can't remember. I think I paid like maybe 99 cents for it. They sell on eBay, but not really for a lot. I actually bought that for sentimental value, because I know somebody that was nicknamed Reggie. But anyway, that's just why I got that. But that was cute. I also just got a couple little things there. This was a really cute little elephant cookie cutter, and I think these cookie cutters were like 50 cents a piece. And I got this one, a shamrock, and the shamrock was actually a Tupperware, so I thought it was kind of cool. I don't know that I've ever paid attention to Tupperware cookie cutters, but yeah, those were 50 cents a piece. And I got these cute little, almost like atomic looking salt and pepper shakers. These were actually pretty inexpensive. This was the first thing I picked up in there. I want to say they were like $1. And they were like clearanced in this one person's booth. And then I'm shopping around, and about 5 booths down, there was another pair exactly the same that actually were broke. Because this little thing was broke. And they wanted like $10.99. So, yeah, I got the good pair. I got the pair that's cute. Coal 50s. It's going to go on my camper. Because they're lightweight. If they fall, they're probably not going to break, for 99 cents. It'd be cooler if they were like a pretty color, but, you know, that's fine. And then the last thing I got, no, the next to last, I also got this just for fun for me, because I absolutely loved highlights when I was growing up. My mother let me, like, get a subscription, and she it was really like way extra money she probably didn't have when she had 5 kids, but she let me get one. And I remember getting them like maybe once a month, and I loved them. I absolutely loved them. I love to read, and I just love the highlights books. And this is in really good shape. Can't remember what I paid for it. But I want to say for everything I got that day, I paid around $15. So this was probably like $3 or something. But they had a few. This was June, July 1962. I wasn't born then, but hey, I can read it. Then the last thing I got there was really cool because I have somebody who was looking for a vintage sorry board. This one booth had a lot of games, and they actually had a really cool like Wyatt Earp game that was like 25 bucks, but it was so cool. But most of her game boards were like $8.99 to $10.99. This one is a 1950 edition. It was actually $3.99, so it was like, wow, that's the one I want, and it's the cheapest price. So that's going to go to someone that's been wanting that older vintage board. So that was a cool find. That's another reason that I loved, got me started on eBay, is shopping and finding, thrifting, and finding stuff that from your past or that somebody wants or something that means something to you. Then I got into selling, just kind of pay for what I buy. So, but before we went to that place, I went to that place, and we went to this more downscale kind of like flea market, thrift market. And I got a few things there. I don't think I have them all here, so I'm not really sure where they are or what they were. But anyway, one thing I got, it's funny, I'm a huge Tanya Tucker fan. I live in Colorado. Everywhere I thrift, I cannot find any of her albums because I love the vintage albums and I play the record player a lot. So we went to Dodge City to see her in concert, and I actually found in that city a Tanya Tucker album, and it was in fabulous shape. It still had the plastic. It was used, but it was $2, and it's from 1976, 1977, Riding Rainbows, and it was just like cool that I've been looking for some of her albums. We were going to see her in concert, and then I find one there at where she was playing. Well, in the town she was playing. But anyway, that was real cool. It's flimsy because the album's actually in the record player. The coolest thing I found, which actually made the whole entire trip, is this is going to seem crazy to you, but it was an instruction book for a Singer Model 457 sewing machine, and it was marked $3 on the outside. But when I got up to the register, the lady that actually owned the place opened it up, and she goes, "Well, it's marked $1 on the inside, so I'm just going to give it to you for $1." Well, I was ecstatic because, and like I said, this is another reason that I started thrifting. When I was a teenager, this is my mother's sewing machine. She got this for her when we were kids. My dad bought it for her when we were kids, and she's had this sewing machine her whole life. She still has it. She sewed millions of clothes on it. It's still in perfect condition. But when I was in high school, my best friend's dad wanted to borrow her sewing machine, and he asked me to ask her. Well, I kind of figured she wouldn't really want him to borrow it, but I asked her. She let him borrow it, even though I'm sure she probably didn't want to. She never got her book back, and I have heard about that my whole adult life. Not that she was upset with me, but it was like, I just can't believe how you didn't give me my booklet back. And she's one of those people that keeps everything perfect condition. Whatever she has that's 50 years old still looks brand new. She has all the instructions. So when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. I have been looking for this. I have eBay searches for this. I have Craigslist searches for this for like my whole adult life, and I finally, there we walk in and I see it is sitting up right there, and I thought that was her number, but when I looked at the machine, it's like I knew that's her machine. So this is going to be a nice gift for her, and now she like hardly ever really sews, but yeah, and it was cool. It's got a lot of teal. It's just a cool book to look at if you like vintage stuff like I do. Real pretty book. So I'm so excited that she is going to get that back. But the coolest, what I thought was the coolest thing there is, they had this one section that was, it had all these huge big signs that said clearance, 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 everything's clearance, come over here. So I went to that section last, and I spotted this Tweety, and he was taped to this little tag. It was taped, but I've taken it off. And I love Tweety. I collect Tweety. Tweety's like my favorite cartoon character ever. So immediately I went up to it and picked it up, and I picked it up and turned it over, and this is what the tag said. B1961 is the booth number, and then Tweety $1 million. I picked it up and looked at it, and I was like, oh my God, really? And I'm like, what the heck? So I kind of peeled the tape back, and it's just a 1987 Warner Brothers Arby's. I guess it came in a kid's meal. I'm assuming it, came in a kid's meal. So I picked it up, and I'm like, what, really? So I start looking around, and I'm thinking, what the heck? And I show it to my husband. I said, can I buy this? Just joking. And he's like, sure. And I turned it over, and he just starts laughing. And I said, what do you think that means? Why do you think this is $1 million? There's no way this is really $1 million. What is this about? So we're sitting there. He's like, I don't know. Just put it back. And I'm like, no, I'm going to put it in my basket. I put it in my basket, and I started thinking, you know what? Is this like, does this store maybe crazy price one item, and the person that brings it up to the register wins a prize or something, or something? That's what I'm thinking. So when I go up to pay for everything, I was kind of holding this last, and I said, well, this is the last thing I got, but is this really the price? And I turn over to the lady and show her, and she was like the owner of the whole entire shop. She just starts laughing, and she goes, I don't know, but I know her, and she really loves Tweety, so maybe. And I'm like, well, dang. I said, well, I guess I can't afford it. I'm a little bit short. And then I was gonna go put it back, even though I really wanted it. And she goes, well, I can call her and see. And I said, well, you know what? Unless you know that she's gonna say something like $1, because I'm not gonna pay any more than $1. And she's calling her up on the phone. The lady doesn't answer. But then before I'm finished, she calls back, and she's talking to her, and I could hear the lady through the phone kind of laughing. She sold it to me for $1, but I guess she just did it to be funny. So anyway, I feel like I bought the $1 million thrift item for $1. So I got the deal of my lifetime. But anyway, that little Tweety's staying with me. I just thought that was a kind of cool, funny little story. And that's pretty much all, I think, from that trip. Hold on a second, I'm going to show you an art haul. Actually, since I'm at 13 minutes and my camera's been shutting off around 14:15, I'm going to cut this video short. I wanted to at least finish the part 2 from the one before, and then I'll do an art haul next on another video. So, anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, share, comment. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.